Hey, I'm Jimmy Willden. I'm a writer-director. Recently moved up here to Austin from Corpus Christi, and I'm going to talk to you about my film, Discernment. Well, I got started in 2004 with my first film, Hunting Kate. Since then, I've made about 7 or 8 films. In 2007, my son was born, and from that came this idea of how far was I willing to go to make sure that my son was safe. And then last year sometime I saw this couple bickering at a bar during happy hour, and then I saw this other couple bickering, and then I started watching other people at the bar. I've always been a people watcher. I mean, as a writer, that's what I do. And so from that I pieced the two together, and it became this movie that studied first impressions, and then adding on top of that this dire situation where this man has to make a decision to do something in order to make sure that his family is safe. And so Discernment was born from that. The reason I decided to go with the one-shot style instead of multiple takes and multiple angles is the film is about people watching. So I kind of wanted to get into that first perspective of a patron in a bar, kind of wandering around and watching everybody. And then during that, that's when the situation arises, and so we immediately go into that action. For me, the one shot is the best way to tell the story. It's the best way to really feel the intensity of it.
Carry on, one day at a time.
So prior to 2007, my life was in complete and utter chaos. I had no idea what I was going to do. Of course, I was focused on becoming a famous rock star, a famous director or something, but I had no intentions of, finding responsibility. And my characters definitely reflected that. My characters would be about the lost boy who's trying to find his way in the world, or the lost man, trying to fight a society that's completely against him. And now, since 2007, my characters reflect how I feel, the weight of responsibility, the understanding that, when you have somebody waiting at home for you, when you have a life depending on you, what do you have to do to make sure that they're safe, that their life is certain to be okay? And that's what's at stake here. That's the culmination is now Discernment. When I approach a film, when I approach my writing, when I approach my characters, I don't start with a story or even a kernel of an idea. I usually start with the character, and I throw myself into that character. I build from the inside out. I fight through that character to understand their universe, their situation, and then I understand where I'm going to take it. And I think that's kind of profound. I think that's kind of cool that I start so small and then build layer and layer and layer on top of that in order to build the universe around one person or two people, rather than build this universe and then create the tiny little ants inside of it. So I do it differently than a lot of the people I've met, and I guess in that alone, I think it's pretty cool.